The Hadith literature provides a comprehensive and revolutionary framework for the rights of women, elevating their status in a 7th century Arabian society where they were often treated as property. These teachings cover spiritual, social, economic, and personal dimensions of a woman's life. Here are the different categories of hadiths on the rights of women. 1. Foundational human and spiritual rights. These hadiths establish the fundamental spiritual equality and inherent worth of women. Spiritual equality. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Verily, women are the twin halves of men." Sunan Abi Dawood. This hadith establishes a fundamental spiritual and ontological equality between the sexes. Paradise lies at the mother's feet. The Prophet placed the highest social honor upon mothers. A man asked him, "O Messenger of Allah, who among people is most deserving of my good companionship?" He said, "Your mother." The man asked, "Then who?" He said, "Your mother." The man asked again, "Then who?" He said, "Your mother." The man asked once more, "Then who?" He said, "Your father." Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. Right to education. The Prophet made seeking knowledge compulsory for every Muslim, male and female. He dedicated specific times for teaching women who complained that men dominated his company. He said, "I am a source of knowledge for you, and Ali is its gate." This instruction was for all believers. 2. Rights within marriage and the household. These hadiths detail the specific rights a wife holds over her husband, emphasizing kindness, justice, and mutual fulfillment. The right to kind treatment. The Prophet said, "The best of you are those who are best to their wives, and I am the best of you to my wives." Sunan al-Tirmidhi. This sets the standard for marital conduct. The right to maintenance, nafaqah. A wife has the unequivocal right to be provided for by her husband. The Prophet said, "And upon him, the husbands, is to provide for them, their wives, and clothe them in a reasonable manner." Sunan ibn Majah. This includes food, clothing, and shelter according to his means. The right to the dowry, mahr. The mahr is a mandatory gift from the husband to the wife, which becomes her exclusive property. It is not a bride price but a symbol of respect and commitment. The Prophet insisted on its payment, even if it was a small amount like an iron ring. The right to consensual and intimate relations. A wife has a right to sexual fulfillment within marriage. The Hadith discourages celibacy and promotes mutual intimacy. The Prophet even taught that foreplay is important, saying that foreplay acts as a messenger between spouses. The right to be treated justly in polygyny. If a man has more than one wife, he is obligated to treat them with absolute justice in terms of time, maintenance, and living arrangements. The Prophet warned, "Whoever has 2 wives and leans favorably towards one of them, he will come on the day of resurrection with one of his sides fallen, paralyzed." Sunan Abi Dawood. 3. Economic and financial rights. These hadiths grant women financial independence, a right that was groundbreaking in its time. The right to own and manage property. A woman's wealth, whether from her dowry, inheritance, or earnings, is hers alone. Her husband has no right to it unless she gives it willingly. The Prophet's first wife, Khadija, was a wealthy and successful merchant, and he worked for her before their marriage. The right to inheritance. The Quran explicitly granted women a share of inheritance. The Prophet implemented this divine command, ensuring that daughters, wives, mothers, and sisters received their ordained shares, which was a radical departure from pre-Islamic customs where women inherited nothing. 4. Social rights and protection of dignity. These hadiths protect a woman's honor, safety, and social standing. The prohibition of female infanticide. Islam strictly forbade the pre-Islamic practice of burying infant girls alive. The Quran and Hadith strongly condemn this act, and raising daughters was instead presented as a source of great reward. The Prophet said, "Whoever supports 2 girls until they mature, he and I will come on the day of resurrection like this," and he held his 2 fingers together. Sahih Muslim. The right to consent to marriage. A woman's consent is essential for a valid marriage. The Prophet said, "A previously married woman has more right concerning herself than her guardian, and the virgin should be consulted for her permission." Sahih Muslim. He annulled marriages that were conducted without the woman's consent. The protection from slander. The reputation of a woman is sacrosanct. The severe punishment for false accusation, qadhf, mentioned in the Quran, Surah An-Nur, was implemented by the Prophet to protect people, especially women, from malicious slander. The right to social and religious participation. Women participated fully in the community's life. They prayed in the mosque, gave the pledge of allegiance, bay'ah, to the Prophet, asked him questions, and even participated in battles by providing medical aid and water. 5. Rights in specific situations. The right to seek divorce, khul. If a woman fears that she cannot live within the limits of Allah with her husband, she has the right to seek a dissolution of the marriage by returning her dowry. This was established when the wife of Thabit ibn Qais came to the Prophet, expressing her dislike for her husband, and he granted her the khul. Sahih al-Bukhari. The right to be treated well upon divorce or widowhood. The Prophet emphasized kind treatment even after separation. He instructed his followers to be among the best in character, and this includes how one treats an ex-spouse. Summary. A holistic view of women's rights from these hadiths. A clear and elevated picture emerges. Spiritual equality. A woman's soul is equal to a man's, and her access to divine reward is the same. Social dignity. Her life, honor, and reputation are protected. She is to be valued as a daughter, honored as a mother, and respected as a wife. Economic independence. She has the right to own, inherit, and manage her own wealth and property. Marital rights. She has the right to choose her spouse, receive a dowry, be maintained financially, and be treated with kindness and intimacy. Legal personhood. She can engage in contracts, seek knowledge, and participate in public life. The Hadiths, when taken together with the Quran, present a charter of rights for women that was profoundly liberating for its time and continues to provide a framework for their dignity and empowerment.